Welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV drama series. Today's drama story is about the community manager. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. After 2 months of playing Final Fantasy XIV, I decided to join a free company. I saw a shout in the chat and thought I might as well try. Why not? My first FC. This will give me easy friends, and fun events can only mean good things. I admit, I am not a social person, so I was hesitant, but once I joined, I got welcomed by a lot of people. Slowly, I would also join voice calls and make some friends. I was most often in voice at late hours. I met a young couple, the 2 FC owners who were a couple, a guy named George, a group of WoW players that switched games, a guy named Bill, and a girl named Allie that just joined 1 week before me. Of course, there were more people, but these are the key people to the story. Allie, Bill, and the male FC owner were all from the same country, which happened to be Netherlands. Now, Bill was struggling to make friends with some members in the beginning and said some inappropriate comments to the minor couple. I personally didn't take it lightly, and the rest noticed as well, but they let him off as he just needed to adjust to the norm and age differences in our FC group dynamic. Allie, one of the FC members, has always been a gamer since she was young and had some set ideas about how communication in guilds worked since she had been in many previous ones. She was dead set on clear communication as she wanted no drama or confusion within the FC, and she believed that bad communication would be any FC's downfall. Some incidents happened with the FC owner and Allie, with Allie not agreeing strongly as she felt like those rules weren't communicated with to begin with. Sounds like Allie didn't know about a rule that the FC just told her about. And I think I can agree with that, because like if anybody was to get caught off guard with some random rule thrown at you that wasn't publicly known or written anywhere, I guess it all boils down to how it's said to you. Like if it was said nicely, that's good. But if it was said kind of rudely, then people usually hate that, because like it should be said nicely because it wasn't up anywhere. Like, so how was the person supposed to know? So yeah. That's why they got into a little argument. Allie's friends in the FC were being kicked out for being inactive, and this rule was never stated anywhere, and it happened to be a public convo in the Discord. Allie never shared this with me until later on. She said it wasn't an issue really, she was just curious to why it was happening. As days went by, I got talking to Allie more and more, and she explained how she was kind of disappointed. She said there were many cliques in the FC and she would talk, but no one seemed to want to work together much. On top of that, she and George seemed a little annoyed with how the people in charge of the FC never joined or spoke to most of us. Personally, I also saw them only pop into voice if there was a raid, but we all figured to each their own. It's whatever you want to do with your game time and spend it how you want to. Maybe it was wise for them to join in more to get some time to communicate with the FC members more. Allie said she expressed this to the owners multiple times and that they would be doing something now that they've heard from her. A few months after I joined the FC, a lot of other people joined. The WoW players joined and more single players came in. Allie kept dragging her IRL friends into the game, and they would also play off and on. The FC was kinda disconnected from each other. The owners heard those complaints mentioned earlier by George and Allie and decided to make Bill a community manager for the FC. They put up an announcement and Bill applied eagerly and wrote cryptic messages about an event coming up. We were going to do mount farming. Yay! Our first real event besides one really small one in the past. Because Bill wanted to get more involved with people, he joined the voice calls even more and would greet everyone in the chat. His efforts didn't go unnoticed, and despite confusing ideas and messages, we acknowledged his role and efforts. After a small month, Allie wrote to me upset about how she's fed up with some people. I asked her what happened, and she said she farmed mounts with Bill. and how Bill kept dying as she soloed a lot. And after 2 hours, they finally got the mount. Bill demanded for Allie to give him the mount drop. She felt bad since Bill told her he had been trying hard to get it, and she figured they would continue. So she thought, why not? After one more round, Bill said he needed to go to bed. A day or two later, Bill did good by promising to help her so that Allie got hers too, but he never actually followed up with it. Bill said that Allie never said yes or gave Bill a time, so that's why it never happened. After a week, Allie seemed pissed and also kept trying to party finder herself. She shrugged it off and decided to forget about the mount and do something else. A few days later, the early announced event finally came around and Bill was hosting it, or so we thought. After the first drop, he demands for the drop, and then after one round, he leaves again. Bill said he had to sleep early due to work. We all understood and figured, okay, sure thing. Oh my god, it's just becoming a repetitive pattern of Bill, the community manager, just getting what he wants and leaving. At this point, George decided to leave the FC. He felt like it just wasn't right for him. After that, Allie also decided to leave the FC too. Their partners and friends, of course, followed as they didn't pick the FC originally and wanted to be wherever they were. Allie said she just never felt like she fit in, and she had some arguments with the owner and she just wanted to try something else. Later on, Allie told me the male owner reached out to her and asked her what was wrong and why she left. Since Allie was annoyed, she told the owner to scroll up in their DM where she said the said conflict when she tried communicating with him in the past. The male FC owner continued by telling her that she created drama with her leaving the FC Discord with a public message and that she was rude. Oh no, Allie did one of those nasty farewell messages, I'm guessing. To be fair, I don't blame Discord owners for wanting to remove like nasty public farewell messages that are sometimes displayed. I feel like FCs get their fair share of random farewell messages when it's obviously like kind of negative, right? No one wants like a nasty farewell public message displayed in their Discord. I think like if someone wanted to leave, just leave, right? Don't need to have like that kind of like last say, because honestly I think it makes you look kind of bad that you just like stoop down to that level. It's just like leaving something a little toxic behind. And I mean, like, okay, what is the purpose of doing that? It just feels like their intention is to make it publicly known that like that person doesn't like the FC and like everyone else should leave also. And like as a third party person seeing that message, you're like, what the fuck is happening here? Like if you didn't even know there was drama to begin with and like you see like some person leave a nasty farewell message, you're like, the hell? So I really don't blame FC owners or, you know, Discord owners for like deleting like a nasty farewell message. And also I just want to say, if any of you guys are in an FC where you can vouch that FC had no drama ever, you better give your FC leader and officers a pat on their back, because I'm pretty sure they did such a good job controlling it. Because I guarantee like you've had at least one that you just didn't know about. You know, I've been in so many FCs where I hear about the drama like much later and I'm like, oh, thank God. I never saw anything like that. Blessed. Okay, back to the story. So Allie left a kind of like a nasty message when she left the FC. Allie was fixated on clear communication and honesty, so she flat out said, sorry you feel that way, to the FC owner, and didn't talk anymore after that. Bill also asked Allie what happened, and she said the same thing. She wrote the message to the FC owner. She figured Bill was staff, so he was allowed to know. The owner's reaction to this was to later communicate with all the staff of the FC of how they found Allie rude and didn't understand why they got hated so much, and overall didn't seem to care about the feedback they got from people that left. They also found it wildly inappropriate how Allie decided to tell Bill, and how she must have told everyone her point of view that was false according to them. The admins, however, did point out that they were indeed not a lot of members around this time, and slowly the owners were more involved with the FC for a little while. Bill was mad as well and decided to agree with the owners and said he would keep an eye out for Allie, stating that she was a toxic person to begin with. I was friends with some of the admins, that's how I know all of this, and was keeping my eye on this and my eye on Bill as well. Moving on, we had another event and me and a friend discussed Bill's behavior early on and decided to not let him have the drop, but just do pure luck rolls. That way, he would be forced to stay, we figured. They found a way to trap Bill. I love it. Bill was livid. He didn't get the drop. He wanted people to just get the mount in order. We ignored this message and went on. Third drop came around. Bill got it. Surprise, surprise, he left. At this point, my friend and I were discussing, did this really just happen? Yes, it did. We were not happy, and from what I've heard, this got reported to the FC owner. The same week, someone else decided to set up a crafting department to help the FC with any crafting needs. Affordable gear could really help us with raids, and we were blessed. This might seem like a random topic right now, but we will talk more about the crafting part later. Meanwhile, George decided to set up his own FC and recruited Allie to be part of his new FC and mainly run it with him. We figured good for them, but it was sad that they were gone. I still kept in contact with Allie, and she didn't recruit me to the FC or anything, but she just asked if I wanted to join in on things, and I was welcome to and can get a special FC visiting role. Parallel to this, my admin friend Kate grumpily complained to me about Allie. Supposedly, Allie made the female owner from my FC upset because she was talking bad things about our free company and recruiting our members. I was confused what is happening, I thought. I asked what was this based upon, and Kate proceeded to send me a screenshot and give context of some admin talk with the FC. The female owner was told by Bill that Allie was talking badly about the FC, also said that to some of the WoW people, and they reported this to Bill. And apparently, Allie was trying to recruit our community manager, Bill. My first reaction was, no way in hell is that happening. Allie left mainly because of Bill, the community manager. My admin friend, Kate, was now confused as much as I was. I started messaging Allie and asked to see if she really was trying to siphon Bill into the new FC. Allie said she doesn't talk badly about her past FC and never has spoken with any of the people that accused her of speaking badly. I also noticed that Bill had no evidence of Allie saying such things when I talked to him. My admin friend Kate started messaging the owners again and figuring out why this was all happening. Bill was kissing up to the owner's butt by fueling the fire and playing the hero and acting as if he was wanted by both FC parties. Bill's only response seemed to be ordering crafting gear in the FC chat like it was a McDonald's order. Bill would say things like, "I'd like this item, please," or "I'd like that item, please. The max I'll pay is 2 million gil." Before the crafting leader could respond, one of the admins just sent a message saying, "Bill sounds like a cunt right now." The crafting leader tried to fix up the communication and pointed out there was a waiting line. Bill, hearing about the crafting line, became livid once again. He complained to the owners and the admin and then got his rights stripped away. This led to him leaving the FC since he was so mad that he wanted to be first in line of the crafting gear, since he felt like for someone in this position in the FC, he needed such things to be able to help others. The owner then tried to defend Bill by saying that the way Bill ordered is a cultural difference. Upon further asking Allie, since Allie and Bill are from Netherlands, Allie said she would migrate to any other country if this is how you treat people, while asking them for so much work. When Bill left the FC, the damage was already done since all the members saw it. Also, the FC owner siding with Bill straight away before asking around for more details was definitely concerning. At this point, my friends in the FC and some other people, including myself, got fed up. My friend suggested we move to a different server to get away from this drama for now, and we made our own FC there. We invited Allie into our FC Discord, and we are welcomed in hers and allowed to join in on events, vice versa. And we are all now on our merry way of just gaming happily. We counted and about 16 plus people left our old FC company. You know what? That is such a classic thing. Every time I get FC stories, I always hear at the end of the story, like, we counted how many people left the FC. It's like, damn, you're really keeping tabs. Once they leave the FC, it's like they keep tabs on them. Serves them right. Everyone left. Like, or, you know, or like half the people left. It's just interesting. We counted and about 16 plus people left the old free company, which was half the free company size. We did still have some friends in the first FC and heard that the owners were still pissed. Allie wanted to apologize for her behavior about the way she left, as well as wanting to clear up the lies told about her. We told her not to because they probably wouldn't care. My friend got also accused of siphoning people as all our friends joined the new FC. We all, including Allie, decided to ignore, avoid, and not bother with the old free company again. It's been a while now and we play other games more often, but we never expected one guy, Bill the community manager, who struggled mingling with the groups, would cause so much problems. How's the FC now, you ask? The old FC still talks about us, but are very hush-hush, and basically told everyone that if they wanted to discuss the matter, they were free to leave the FC. Must be a cultural difference to cover up problems rather than making it discussable. Bill just rejoined the old FC after we all left, so I guess you can be a prick to others and get away with it. They did get their number of members back, but I have no clue with how their activity or communications are at this point. Okay, the end. They shouldn't be keeping tabs on that FC anymore. Once you move on, you move on. Bill the community manager. Let's talk about him for a bit. It definitely sounds like the Bill the community manager had a close friendship with the male FC leader, or maybe both the FC leaders. Whether it be because they genuinely got along or he just kissed their asses, I do not know, but maybe one or the other. And that's probably why he got away with a few of the things that he did. But of course, someone like Bill signed up to such a role, like a community manager or like some higher up rank, you know? Sometimes you gotta look out for people who eagerly want these roles, like admins or officers or even moderators in a stream, because sometimes these people want these roles to power trip. And I am familiar with this also, you know, since like I have gone through like certain sets of mods. And I've learned that the best way to give someone a role within a community is to naturally see if they're really helpful to begin with and offer that role once you see that they are naturally a helpful person. Like, hey, you know, you've been helping out. Do you want this role? Like maybe you want to be person in the community that has like some control so you can help out even more. And you know, sometimes like they really don't want it and sometimes they're like, okay, sure. Those people I think are the best to give those roles to, not the ones that are like, oh, I really want it, and you're like, why? Yeah. So I do think Bill was definitely a selfish person. He wanted people to work for him and give him what he wanted, and then he was just like out of there, when it should really be him wanting to offer help and help other people. Yeah, and it's weird. Like, they reported it to the FC leader, and the FC leader was like, I don't know how they weren't mad at Bill for always just getting what he wanted and leaving everyone else. Also, another point I wanted to make before I read the chat. I cannot blame a good FC or a bad FC for wanting to not discuss drama issues or problems within the Discord publicly. I think personally, if someone in the Discord wants to know or ask questions about some certain drama, that should be like discussed on a one-on-one voice call or like private DMs. I don't think it's right to discuss it publicly in the Discord because other people who weren't even involved in it, there's so many members in FC sometimes and they have no idea what's going on. Like, they shouldn't have to see that. Like, nobody would want that. So that makes sense. Like, it sounded like Allie was a very upfront person and wanted to like kind of like display the dirty laundry of the FC all in the public chat. So like, even though Allie was right with certain things or ideas, it shouldn't be discussed publicly. Yeah, it should be kept private. It did seem like the intention of Allie was like, I'm right, I want to make you guys kind of look bad. publicly so that everyone knows you guys are doing a shit job. So yeah, keep it private and be respectful to the other members because they don't need to know about it. So yeah, like I told you guys, I've been in FCs and I had no idea there was drama. And when members start disappearing in an FC, I'm like, oh, okay, did something happen? Or maybe just a huge friend group just left the FC. It's one or the other usually, right? Oh yeah, Happy New Year's, everyone! People that want power shouldn't have it. Exactly. I think after dealing with someone crappy for a long time, it's difficult to not want to see them fail, but it's largely better to consign it to fate and move on. Yeah, no, some people do want revenge, you know, and this probably is like a slight form of revenge of like, you guys are wrong, I'm right. I want you guys to suffer. Airing dirty laundry is something I'd expect out of Crystal DC. What? Why did you just say like that's what you expect from Crystal Data Center? Oh, like Balmung? Quicksands? Do you think they just air out their dirty laundry there? I'm a little insulted. I'm from the Crystal Data Center, guys. I moved to Seraph. I hear a lot of sweeping. I had to clean up the after party. Good. Make sure you leave the house looking brand new so the owner doesn't think anything happened in there. What a polite community, sweeping up before leaving. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this Final Fantasy XIV drama story. If you have any of your own drama stories that you'd like me to share and read out anonymously, feel free to reach out to my Discord, discord.gg/Pathra. And a big thank you to my kind members who support my YouTube content.